Do you like coffee?
Yes.
Did you have a good weekend?
Yes.
Do you want to learn how to speak better English?
Yes.
Okay, stop. Stop right there. Mark, that was painful. I felt like I was talking to a machine, or maybe taking part in a police interrogation.
I know, Sarah. I was trying to be funny, but honestly, that is exactly how I used to sound when I first started learning a new language. I was so focused on getting the grammar right that I forgot to be a human being.
Exactly. And that is the problem we are going to solve today. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Pocket English Podcast. If you have been listening to our episodes, you know we love short, friendly lessons. But today, we are tackling a huge problem that almost every learner faces. It is called the one-word trap.
The one-word trap. It sounds dangerous.
It is dangerous for your conversations. You see, many of you are working hard. You are watching videos with titles like 999 questions and answers. You are memorizing vocabulary. You know what the words mean. But when someone asks you a question in real life, you freeze. You say yes, or you say no, and then silence.
The awkward silence. I hate that silence. It makes you feel like you failed even though you gave the correct answer.
That is the key point. A one-word answer is often grammatically correct, but it is socially wrong. It kills the conversation. It puts a wall between you and the other person. Today, we are going to teach you a simple magic formula to fix this. It is called the answer plus one technique.
Answer plus one. I like the sound of that. It sounds simple.
It is simple. The rule is this. Whenever someone asks you a question, you give your direct answer, and then you immediately add one extra detail. Just one. That is it. If you do this, you will instantly sound more fluent, more friendly, and more natural.
Okay, let's test this. Sarah, ask me those coffee questions again. I will use the answer plus one rule this time.
All right. Mark, do you like coffee?
Yes, I love it. I drink 2 cups every morning.
Wow. Did you hear the difference? That was completely different.
It felt different too. It felt much more relaxed.
Let's break down what you did. First, you gave the direct answer, yes. Then you added a feeling, I love it. And then you added a habit, I drink 2 cups every morning. That's actually answer plus 2, but you get the idea. You gave me something to work with.
Right, because if I just say yes, you have nothing else to say. But if I say I drink 2 cups every morning, you can ask me, oh, what kind of coffee? Or do you make it at home?
Exactly. You are inviting me to continue the chat. That is the secret of fluent speakers. They don't just answer, they invite. Before we go deeper into how to use this for work, hobbies, and even saying no, make sure you hit that subscribe button. We release these pocket-sized lessons to help you grow your English every week, and we don't want you to miss the next one.
Okay, let's look at the first scenario. This is one of the most common places people get stuck, talking about work or study.
Oh, definitely. This is usually where the conversation starts with a new person. Imagine you are at a party or a networking event. Someone asks you, do you work here?
The robot answer would be yes.
And the conversation dies. It feels cold. Now, let's try the answer plus one technique. To make this easy, the plus one detail can be about time.
Time. Okay, so if you ask me, do you work here? I answer yes, and then I add how long I have been here.
Let's try it. Do you work here?
Yes, I do. I have been working here for about 3 years.
Perfect. See how easy that is? You are not using complex grammar. You are just adding a simple time fact. I have been here for 3 years. Now I know you are experienced. I can ask you how things have changed in 3 years.
What if I am a student? What if someone asks, are you a student?
The same rule applies. Don't just say yes. Add a detail about what you study or where you study. Mark, act as the student. Are you a student?
Yes, I am studying engineering at the City University.
Excellent. The direct answer is yes. The plus one detail is I am studying engineering. Now we have a topic. I can ask, is engineering difficult? Or do you like the university?
This seems really helpful for the listener because it takes the pressure off the other person. If I give a short answer, the other person has to work really hard to think of a new question.
That is such a good observation. Conversation is a team sport. If you give short answers, you are forcing your partner to do all the heavy lifting. If you give an answer plus one, you are being a good teammate. You are passing the ball back gently.
Let's try another scenario. This one is huge for small talk, weekends and free time.
Everyone asks about the weekend. Did you have a good weekend? Is probably the most common question in the English language on a Monday morning.
And the most common answer is yes, or maybe it was fine.
Which is boring. Let's spice it up. For this scenario, your +1 detail should focus on an activity. Tell me one thing you did. It does not have to be exciting. You don't have to say you climbed Mount Everest.
So if I just stayed home, that is okay?
Absolutely. Let's try the boring version first, but with the +1 technique. Mark, did you have a good weekend?
Yes, it was nice. I just stayed home and watched some movies.
That is a perfect answer. You said yes, and then you added the activity. Watch some movies. Now I can ask, what did you watch?
I see. It opens the door. Let me try a more active one. Ask me again.
Mark, did you have a good weekend?
Yes, it was great. I went to the park with my dog.
I went to the park with my dog. That is your +1. Now I can ask about your dog or the park or the weather. You are giving me hooks to hang the conversation on.
Hooks. I like that image. I am giving you hooks so you can catch the conversation.
Exactly. Now, here's a challenge for our listeners. Sometimes you want to use the +1 technique, but you feel your sentence is too short. You can use simple connecting words to make your +1 flow better. The best words are and, because, and so.
Can we see examples of those?
Sure. Let's look at because. This is great for opinions. Mark, do you like this weather?
Yes, because I love the rain.
Simple. The +1 is the reason. Because I love the rain. What about and?
And is good for lists. Sarah, do you like cooking?
Yes, and I make dinner for my family every night.
Nice. You added a detail about frequency and who you cook for.
Now, we have to talk about the tricky part, the negative answers.
Oh, right. Saying no. This is hard for learners because no feels very rude. It feels like you are rejecting the person, not just the question.
That is true. If I ask, do you like spicy food, and you just say no, it sounds a bit aggressive. It sounds like, stop talking to me.
So how do we fix a negative answer with the +1 rule?
You use a softener and a reason. A softener is a word like actually or not really, and the reason is your +1 detail.
Okay, let's role play. Ask me if I like spicy food.
Do you like spicy food?
No, actually, it hurts my stomach.
See, that was not rude at all. No, actually softens the blow, and it hurts my stomach explains why. I feel sympathy for you now instead of feeling rejected.
Let's try another one, maybe about ability. Ask me if I can play the guitar.
Mark, can you play the guitar?
Not really, but I would love to learn.
Oh, that is a beautiful pattern. Not really, but this is a great way to turn a negative into a positive. You admit you can't do it, but you show interest. That is a fantastic +1 detail.
So the formula works for no just as well as yes. You just need to explain a little bit more.
Precisely. The goal is always connection. Even when you disagree or say no, you want to stay connected to the other person.
This seems like something our listeners can practice right now.
I think so too. We are going to do a pocket practice session. I'm going to ask you, the listener, 3 questions. I want you to answer out loud wherever you are, but you cannot just say yes or no. You must use the answer +1 rule.
If you are on the bus, maybe just whisper it. If you are in your car, shout it out.
Okay, here we go. Question number 1. Imagine you are meeting a new friend. They ask you, do you have any siblings? Do you have brothers or sisters? Go ahead, answer now. Add 1 detail. Give them a few seconds. Okay, if you said yes, did you add how many? For example, yes, I have 1 older brother. Or maybe you said, no, I am an only child. Both are perfect because they give more information.
Let's do question number 2. This is about your routine. Do you usually wake up early?
Answer now. Don't just say yes or no. Give us a time or a reason.
How did you do? Mark, give us a good example. I would say, yes, I wake up at 6 a.m. every day to go running.
That is an answer +2. Very ambitious. A simple one would be, no, I like to sleep in until 9 a.m. That is a perfectly good conversational answer.
Okay, last question. Question number 3. This is about preference. Do you like watching English movies?
Remember to use because or say which movies you like. Go. I hope you didn't just say yes. I hope you said something like, yes, because it helps my listening skills. Or, yes, I love action movies.
It feels awkward at first to talk to a podcast, but doing this out loud is the only way to build the muscle. You have to train your mouth, not just your brain.
That is right. The one-word trap is a habit. You have trained yourself to answer short because it feels safe. To break a habit, you have to force yourself to do the opposite. You have to push yourself to add that extra sentence.
And remember, the grammar of the second sentence doesn't have to be perfect.
No, not at all. If you say, yes, I have a two-brother, and you forget the S, that is fine. The communication is successful. You told me about your family. That is what matters. Perfection is the enemy of connection.
I love that quote. So, Sarah, what is the homework for this week?
Your homework is simple but powerful. For the next 24 hours, I want you to play a game with yourself. Count how many times you answer a question with just one word. Every time you catch yourself doing it, stop, take a breath, and add one detail.
Even in your native language?
Yes, actually. This is a social skill, not just an English skill. If you practice being more open in your own language, it will feel more natural when you switch to English. But definitely focus on your English interactions. If you have a tutor or a language partner, or even if you are just typing a message on WhatsApp, never send a message that just says okay or yes. Always add a +1.
Okay, sounds good. Yes, I will be there.
Exactly. Those little additions change the tone completely.
You know, talking about keeping the conversation going, answering is only half the battle.
That is true. Once you give your answer +1, usually the other person will speak. But what happens if they don't? What happens if you want to be the one asking the questions?
We have a technique for that too. We call it the ping pong method.
We do, but that is a lesson for another day. For now, focus on your answers. Focus on expanding your territory. Do not shrink into a one-word shell. Expand with details. Share your life one small sentence at a time.
If you found this tip helpful, please tap the like button on this video. It tells YouTube that this is a useful lesson and helps other learners find us.
And if you want to practice your answer +1 right now, do it in the comments. I am going to ask you a question, and I want you to answer in the comments with the detail. Here is the question. Do you listen to podcasts often?
Oh, good one. Do not just write yes.
Write, yes, I listen on the bus. Or, yes, usually in the morning. Or, no, this is my first one. We read every single comment, and we love seeing your English grow.
Thanks for listening to Pocket English.
Keep practicing. Keep adding that +1. And remember, every conversation is just a chance to connect. You have the tools now. Go use them. See you in the next episode.